Welcome to Your Soul Wisdom, hosted by Yana Amor Manocas. In each episode, we invite you on a transformative journey delving into the profound mysteries and wisdom of the soul. Join us as we explore a wide array of spiritual topics and sacred practices that nurture and heal the soul, from reincarnation and soul contracts to the enigmatic experiences of womb alchemy and astral travel. Our discussions are designed to enlighten, inspire, and deepen your understanding of your own soul's journey. With Your Soul Wisdom, nothing is off limits. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our beautiful episode today. We are near the end of 2026. And Kylie.
Where is Kylie?
I'm sorry.
Okay, listen.
He doesn't want us to do this.
We started 12 minutes late because we were having all sorts of technical difficulties. And now Kylie, who we need today.
Oh, here we are.
Oh. See,
Kylie,
not just
welcome.
me.
Am I here? Like,
Yes,
isn't
you
that
are.
crazy?
Oh my
Retrograde?
God, yeah.
Who do I need to punch in the balls right now?
She had a
Seriously.
pit stop in another dimension.
It's
Apparently,
always
you were in the
flipping
ether.
retrograde.
Okay, I'm back. That was a nice break. Oh, it's just patty.
Wow.
Whew, for the limit.
Welcome.
Okay, we're good.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. And now I'm hearing a major echo. Anybody else? I don't know.
Same
Okay.
here.
I am hearing an echo.
I
I don't
am.
hear diddles. So is it me that's creating an echo?
Oh my goodness.
I'm
I don't
barely
know.
here.
Turn off your mic for a sec.
Okay.
And
Hello.
let's see.
Perfect. It's you.
Okay,
It's
Kylie
you,
is the problem child.
We can't
No, we
hear
can't
you.
hear
No, we can't hear
Oh
you.
my God. What do I do?
Oh, now we can.
Do you want me to leave?
I think we're
No,
good.
it's
We
not
need
done.
you.
No. So listen.
How do I do?
Listen. When you're not talking, just mute.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Okay.
It does
guys,
seem weird
this
that
is
we can
fun.
hear Kylie when she's muted. Can you just talk while you're muted, Kylie, for a second?
No, we
we
can't
can't.
No,
hear.
we can't. I was
Okay,
imagining.
listen.
Anyway,
If this
Sorry,
is any,
everyone.
if this is any
Yeah.
depiction of how
What
2025 may have gone so far,
Mhm.
Yeah,
just the best thing you can
absolutely.
do is just laugh it off and just keep moving forward because you've got no other choice.
Literally.
And so, listen, I'm so glad I'm sitting here with my wine glass. It is filled with Coca-Cola and some ice, but I'm pretending that there you go, Kylie. I'm pretending I'm drinking something because I do want to cheers
I
to
might
the end
just
of
shout for one.
2025. Right?
No,
You got
oh,
one?
I've got coffee.
Yeah.
no.
Mine's filled with vodka.
Honey.
That's amazing. Kylie, you got to be your girlfriend.
I'm going to tell
Sorry.
him, pop me some Prosecco.
Kylie, try unplugging and replugging or something.
Okay.
Okay, so Kylie, you back on? Can't hear you.
Oh no.
We can't hear you. 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. Okay.
Okay, everybody, listen. While we're waiting for Kylie, we're here to discuss 2026 this year. I mean, today. Kylie's going to take us into what to expect for the new year. And you did what you did last year, which was like a month by month kind of expectation for 2026. And before we get into that, if you can speak, can we hear you?
I'm apparently unmuted.
No, I think,
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
I think we're good
And
now.
it's
Okay,
solved.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorted.
Okay. Yay!
So any problem you may have, just know that at the end, it always works out.
Unplug yourself and plug yourself back in.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
what you need.
Reboot.
Okay. So before we get into 2026 predictions, let's talk about the current year. I mean, ladies, in our collective call that we just had this month,
And by the way, if you're listening to this and you haven't looked into the collective yet, you haven't joined yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, especially with this whole month. We discussed what to expect next year. We're going to be talking about intentions for next year. There's so much going on in the portal, in the Discord community chat, such a lovely group of people. So come, join, find out all the information. But what we just discussed in our call a few days ago was what 2025 has looked like for many of us, right? And we talked about how it's a 9-year, and in our soul contract world, the 9-year is a very empowering year, or you may have felt the complete opposite of disempowerment. And how did that play out for you? Were you in the driver's seat or were you not? And I will say, like, for me, it was very much, the year was fantastic, such beautiful things. I mean, look, we celebrate our 1 year of the collective. Of the podcast. We started our collective membership, which turned out to be such a beautiful, exciting, fun adventure. I have love in my life, my daughter, the business is growing. It's just all these beautiful things. And it feels like the last 2 months, I've been so overwhelmed that I'm literally on a need to know basis. I just need to know what I need to do next. And I can't hold or contain any other information because I'm like a little bit burnt out. And so it's kind of like the smooth sailing of my entire year is now kind of like coming to a crashing halt for a little bit. But how has 2025 been for everybody else? Not all at once.
I was going to say, well,
we're all taking a breath.
Yeah.
Go on.
I would say it's very meh. Like, it wasn't very exciting. It was just kind of, a year older.
Yay. Oh, very meh, like MEH.
Meh. Yes. Meh.
Okay. Anybody else want to offer anything more?
Well, listening to you, Yana, and I was saying to the girls before you came online, like, out of everybody I know, I think you've had the best year. And if I take out a couple of outliers, and those outliers are people that have started new things, like, the man that bought my business, for instance, would have had a really big year, and I would say that he would rate this year as a good year. But some people have started some things, and you've started a lot. But really, if I take out those outliers, I'm honestly thinking that most people have had a 6.5 out of 10 year. It's like, it hasn't been, of course, some people have had tragedies. I'm not taking that away either, but I don't know anybody that's enjoyed this year. I don't know anybody that would be high-fiving it.
Yeah, I had a great year. I had a great year. Like I said, I was skippity-doo. I was like flying through 2025. And then I kind of like November and the shit hit the fan kind of thing. So it was like that for me. And I'm still trying to figure it out. And there are bits of it that I understand. And do you know what I mean? But I thought this year was going really well. Everything was just progressing and expanding nicely and evenly. It was even. If it went up to the top, it was going out the bottom. It was coming out the sides. Everything was doing what it was supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? And then I suddenly hit this kind of wall. And when that happened, everything just started. Things started popping up to the point whereby I was literally, like I said before, I was stood in my driveway crying down the phone, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck my life. Oh my God, I got a flat tire. I'm going to die. It was literally like that for me. Do you know what I mean? But outside of that, it was a great year. If it had just ended on a high, then I had 2 big birthdays, my husband and my son, wonderful birthdays. We had a wonderful party. But even after that, it was like, somebody broke into our shed, like I told you. And you know what I mean? And I've never had that before, apart from many, 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 many years ago. And I was very young. But so it was all these other little things just began happening that made me think, do you remember when we first started the podcast, we would talk about that bad note? There was like a note. And so something's happening in my symphony. Somebody has not tuned up the damn violin. They've not tuned up the piano. they're striking a bum note, and I don't know what that bum note is. I'm figuring it out, but I don't know what it is. But bum notes out there.
I mean,
That's
to me
fun.
this year, early on, I think, I don't know if it was Rachel or Kylie. I think I said to one of you, this year feels like a write-off. And I don't mean that in any way disrespectfully, but it feels, don't get me wrong, it feels like an important year. I feel like, you know, whatever happens next year was built on everything that happened this year. And there have definitely been moments of joy and good things happen and all of the rest. But, you know, if I bundle up the energy of this year, to me, it just feels like I had to move through this year to get to next year. That's how that feels for me. So I guess between sort of all of our different experiences, you know, it's not always going to be the same year for everyone. I know we, you know, we all have different lives, different people in those lives, different astrology, different soul contracts, wherever it may be. I think there was definitely some sort of overarching theme of challenge. I don't think this year has been without challenges for anybody. But yeah, it has really presented quite differently. So no disrespect to this year, but it can kindly fuck off. And infinite love and gratitude. But adios.
But enough, and it's enough. Yeah. You know, it's the first year that I've actually got into the changing Chinese astrological years, because my algorithm's giving me a lot of snake going into horse stuff. And I can, for the first time, it really shows up for me, you know, this whole shedding horse, snake is yin, it's internal. It is, as I said, it's this shedding kind of thing. And then the horse is the opposite. It's yang, it's external, it's sort of hot, it's high energy. You know, personally, I'm in the mood for a high energy year next year. You know, I quite like the idea of a fire horse. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Well, it's definitely coming your way, Rachel.
Everything always is. Anyway.
Kylie, can we, I know you've got notes there, you're prepared, you're like in the zone, I know. So can you start us by, let's go over kind of like what you had talked about last year. And the one thing I distinctly remember was you talking about how like the first couple months were like on a high, of course, I'm paraphrasing, we're like, there's this high. And then I remember you, you said everyone's getting not off the Trump train, but like there's that shift in like the president, like hurrah or whatever. And I remember going, oh, that's interesting that that's something she would stay, right? It just seemed like that's not what I expected you to say kind of thing. And boy, did that play out. And so those little things have been so interesting to me as I reflect back, but you're going to give us all the information. So let's get into it.
Got my piece of paper.
Oh,
She's prepared.
I
She's done her
spent
homework.
this morning rewatching myself, and that was delightful. So we brought in Lilith, and we were bringing in the divine feminine, the false divine feminine situation. I'm going to be honest, I don't resonate with how that played out as a collective this year, but the energy was there. I'm just going to leave that because, you know, sometimes it's a hit or a miss, right? So you are right. January through March, there was kind of everyone was tooting the Trump train, shifts in the economics and the realignment of all that. We had the Chinese tariffs that kind of shook on a global standpoint. That's kind of now become norm and we're settled into that. But that was a big thing at the beginning of the year. And then it was kind of the June through September, which was new leadership really resonating in. There was a lot of talks between Israel, Palestine, Middle East. There was a lot of brouhaha around that in the middle of the year. And Trump coming in and negotiating a lot of leaders realigning with Trump that weren't aligning with America. I know this is very America-centric, but America's climate really does play out on a global sense. It really did strengthen the European market. But there was also, you know, I mentioned September through November, December being a lot of travel situations, maybe a lockdown, but America did have federal shutdown, and we had no-go on a lot of travel. We also had a lot of upheaval. We had ICE. We had a lot of protests going on around traveling and movement amongst, saying, not getting political, just making an observation. So some things on a more broader sense did play out. And some of the little things were amiss, and that's okay because sometimes energy shifts things. But in a sense, in clumps of months, things did pan out the way that I thought it was. So we did have a big realignment. A lot of smoke and mirrors were lifted, things like that. So I feel okay with what I said.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put my piece of paper.
Okay. So
there's
then are we diving into 2026? Listen,
Are you ready? Here's my other piece of paper.
That's what we're all here for. I want to know what my next year is going to be like.
Okay. So, general speaking, the theme for 2026 is Queen of Swords. Was that what it was? Yeah, Queen of Swords. So this is like, I'm sorry, Queen, I just dropped you. It's all about truth revealing itself even further. I think we're kind of over the bullshit. Like we are seeing fogs, we're seeing, like everyone wants to blame something, but it's actually not it. We're coming more into that kind of thing, but a massive realignment and grounding into reality and letting go of the fantasy of we can all live in harmony. But in actual fact, we don't, but we're going to manage it. Is that nice and fluffy for you?
You said that's a general theme for 2026.
Yes. So we need to I think so to reiterate, the big theme I think for 2026 is around the ideology that we can all live in harmony, right? But the actual thing is that if we ground ourselves into the reality of the situation, we get to accept some realities for what they are and some for not what they are. And we get to, and there's a big play of journalism coming into 2026, and I'm getting goosebumps saying that. I think a lot more people are going to be speaking out. I think a lot of the major outlets are going to lose a lot of their weight in steering the truth and manipulating the truth. So we're coming back down to, okay, we can disagree on certain things that are happening in the world climate, and we can stand in our truth with how we perceive it, but we're not going to try to actively change it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I will say for me, there's been things, so that theme has already started for me, and I've been reflecting on that, especially the last week or two, because there's been major events that have played out and continue to play out, politically or entertainment wise, or just in general, where things reach globally, and there's narratives that people put out. And I remember one situation specifically, as soon as this narrative was put out, I remember going, that doesn't feel right. That to me feels like smoke and mirrors, and there's no way that anybody can convince me that what they're trying to feed me is actually the real truth. Also, I sat there going, I don't know what the real truth is. I can't change it. There's nothing I can do about it. But the awareness of being conscious enough to go, that doesn't feel right to me, and I'm going to trust that, for me was huge, because I'm like, this is how you got to move forward. You have to trust your gut. Does it feel good for you? It may feel good for somebody else and not for you, and that's okay. And so I love, personally, that to me gives me a lot of hope, because everybody's reality is different, but you've got to honor how you feel. You got to honor your gut. You got to honor your intuition. And I feel like the more you tap into that, the more clear you can see things.
That's exactly it. And you're giving yourself back your power by not just putting it out into that, well, they're right and they're wrong and I'm right mentality, because I think we get really sucked into that when it comes to political, economic actions and things like that. So that's going to be coming back into, well, this is reality and it is what it is. And I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not going to add fuel to the fire. I'm not going to act on anything, because at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
January. Okay. We are in the energy of mastering our emotions versus reacting or being ruled by them. Okay. I don't know what that means. That was coming through. So there is a lot of emotionally charged energy going on around us going into January. And we need to come back to that theme of, yes, shit's fucked. But if we look at our own individual self and be thankful for what's under our roof and how we are presenting ourselves in the world from a non-emotionally charged place, that's how we help the collective.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to refer to my other page because I did pull up planetary shiznits. So let me have a look to see. I know that there is not a terrible lot happening at the beginning of the year planetary wise, but we have got Neptune who re-enters Aries. So this is where, this is from January through to May. So this is the theme. We have to make real actions, not from an emotional standpoint. And that is the re-entering into Aries. You know, Aries, they're fired up. But
Yana.
they also have this,
Not me.
Yana, but they do have this this ability to really ground into how can I say it? Into they can be passionate, but they don't have to constantly act on it. They can feel it as a container, but they don't have to constantly output it. I know that might not seem accurate, Yana, but that's what I associate with Aries. They can if they're in their alignment, they can contain their shit, but they are passionate. So that is the Neptune re-entering Aries out of Taurus, Lauren. So, you know, we're coming out of a little bit of the grounded stability into that anyway. Okay. Are we done with January? Would you like me to move on?
Yes.
So hold on a minute. So basically January starts off as a bit flat.
Look, it's
Really?
a bit of a realization that, you know, if there is something that happens, we don't need to react in an emotional standpoint. We can take a productive action that's grounded and has a purpose.
Okay.
But reacting like, if I'm going to, like, people can't drive. And I will say that as a blanket statement. No one can drive. But I'm not going to
Apart
sit there
from
and
you.
ram your vehicle, right? Because I'm angry at you. I might flip you off, but I might be like infinite love and gratitude, right? Because I'm trying to be a better person. So that's what I'm saying. Don't crash your car.
Okay.
Infinite love and gratitude, the driver.
But I think
Okay.
I'm just going to add something.
Yes.
So emotions are real and they happen. So when you were speaking, it was kind of like, you know, to me, January sounded like do your house cleaning, you know, do your housekeeping, whatever it is within yourself. Do you know what I mean? So it's like really what you were saying is to contribute to the collective, take care of your own stuff. It's not that it's not going to happen, but, you know, be conscious of processing that to then for what you put out into the collective is more beneficial to the whole.
Correct. And look, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I know that there was a significant world event that happened over the last 48 hours. We are in the knee-jerk reaction of that. And we want justice. We want retaliation. We want to be satisfied with our feelings and our, you know, pacify that emotion. That is not how we need to handle it. So I'm just using that as an example. That will very much, this world event will very much carry into January and change the landscape of many continents based on that. Okay, February. February is interesting. I kept getting the world leader card, and I should probably share what cards I'm pulling, but there is a world leader. There's going to be a breath of fresh air there's going to be a statement from this world leader that will be very fair and logical. It will piss people off because they're wanting a passionate response to something going on. That's February, okay? But we have to look at it for what it is. It's very fair and logical. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't know what region this is coming from, but it's a...
Yeah, well, it's not coming from the UK.
So it's somewhere else. All right, we're going to go into
definitely
March.
not coming from the UK.
March is kind of a a meh month. It's just more like there might be some realizations, a little bit of homecoming, back to what we're remembering, back to self in a collective. I don't see anything major happening. We're just going to brush over March.
Well, what card did you get from? Do you remember?
January, February, 4 of Wands for March.
Okay.
I
don't know what that means, but okay. Other people, listeners,
said one of me.
But isn't that?
It is about creativity, union, freedom. It's about just kind of being in your own energy. Coming back to self, things like that.
Yeah. So could March be a month whereby it's a reevaluation? Is March that
Correct.
point of the year whereby we can reevaluate after things, after things? March could be that kind of reflective month.
Well, what's interesting about that, I apologize.
Go ahead.
What's interesting about that is many believe that it's actually April or April that is the beginning of the new year, right? It's spring where things come back to life. And so the fact that March is reflective, it's as if like you're reflecting past that entire year, letting go of what no longer serves us for new things to be birthed, for new things to grow and flourish and all those things. So it feels very much like it's following that winter is now, or at least for us, right? Like a new year is beginning.
Yeah, because isn't it sometimes when you get to March, you have that opportunity to sort of look back, even like over the first couple of months, and say, oh, okay, I've got a fair idea how this is planning out. So maybe March isn't so much of an active month, but it's more of that month whereby you're really looking at it. Okay,
integration.
So this has happened. Yeah, it's that integration month. So I can now look forward and see what it is that I probably want to do or want to get going or stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
And look, and in March, we're all going to be looking forward to getting together in Australia.
Are we coming now?
You're going. There is no way that I'm not going.
Yeah. Can share a flight. Planetary speaking, we got February through April, which is the Saturn re-enters Aries. So there is a lot of heavy Aries. Okay, so we're back into the Saturn, and Aries is triggering reality checks for those couple of months. Heavy in March, reality checks. Yay for us.
I want some good things, please.
Well, you're not getting it in April. April, April, I don't know if it's, and look, I don't know what the 3s and the 4, I'm going to throw it back to you guys with the numbers with the 3s and 4s of the month, but April has a bit of conflict. There's an ego battle. There's a bit of a pissing contest going on between a couple of different nations, countries, whatevers. No one is right in this. And this is what's frustrating, is that we will all sit and watch this and it will be absolute bullshit. But back to your own house, back to your own emotional self, back to, looking in your immediate area, and let that contribute to the collective. So
can I add something to that?
Absolutely.
Very often the things that we play or the things that we see playing out in the world, there's also a reflection of that internally, right? And so in my mind, I'm thinking if there is this conflict happening externally, maybe it's a time for us to reflect, where is the conflict within us? And how do you resolve it? How do you step out of the ego and come to that peace energy?
Correct.
So,
and if anyone's interested, the what is this? 5 of Swords for April. So it's pretty gnarly.
But so hold on a minute. Hold on. Are you talking about conflict happening in the world? Other people doing up a madness?
Look, it could be that we've got planets that are in upheaval and it's contributing to our energetic Earth. It could be politically. It could be the Schumann resonance is off the charts, like who, that's what it's called, right? It could be that, CERN is, like it's just an upheaval.
Or mystery I might land.
There you go. It's taken us home. Okay. All right, I'm going to go on to June. No, I'm not. May, because I missed a month.
Right.
May. Fuck's sake. We are waiting change in April. I don't even know what card I pulled for April. But
Well, didn't you
no,
show
for
us
me,
the Bible
God,
story?
No, you said May.
May.
Don't skip my
May.
month.
Yeah, you skipped my month. It's our month, and you skipped it as well last year.
You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now.
Every time. I'm so sorry. So yeah, May is just like we're just waiting change. It's a very like, you know, we're kind of in a holding pattern for May. So you're not very exciting, you May people. I do want to add April through August.
I'm
we
great
have
at a holding
Uranus
pattern, though.
retrograde Gemini. I'm ignoring you, Rachel. This is when, so April through August is when we are facing the backlash on journalism, social media. The ban in Australia is going to trickle down. Everyone's waiting. This is the petri dish of how the rest of the world will play out. And I wouldn't be surprised if starting in April, we see a lot more lockdowns on social media. They even released couple of days ago that if you want to enter America, they're even thinking of implementing the revision of your social media for the past 5 years if you want a visa, right? So what kind of bullshit's that? So there's going to be a whole, so there's going to be a lot of movement around social media starting in April through to August next year.
Did you not know about this, Yana?
What?
Didn't
That
know
in
about it.
the US, they're going to review your social media?
If you want
it's
a visa,
it's all over
if you want a
this.
visa, yeah, you can. They want
need to-
review
You need to
social
make
media.
your account public and allow them access for 5 years of your
Okay.
details to go through.
Take down your
Absolutely
nudie
not.
pics. Yeah.
Well, that means I won't be coming to see you in the States, babe. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll have to do that to come. Otherwise, they won't give me a visa.
That is absolutely insane and absurd. And
Yep.
the fact that this is even a conversation we're having is going to light up that Aries fire inside of me and really piss me off. Who do
From
you
the
think
outside,
you
the
are?
weirdest thing is that it seems contrary to everything that America stands for.
Is it
It's-
America?
It's only America doing this, darling. Yeah.
It's
That is-
DOJ.
Absolutely
Yeah.
bonkers.
So is that already set in stone, or is it what they're
I think
considering?
I think they do it kind of already. I think that's why a lot of people have had trouble at airports, but
I've
they're
never
going to
heard
make it a
anything
thing.
of this is news to me. The only thing I've heard about social media and the consequence of it is I've heard a lot about the UK because they have the highest number of people being arrested based on their social media posts or the comments.
Really?
Yes.
At the airport?
Not at the airport, not at the airport, in general, like actual UK.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like even way like thousands less than Russia. And I remember when I heard that going, first of all, anybody getting arrested for making a statement is absolutely, unless you're doing a death threat or something that's completely illegal, which I totally get. How in the world would you be getting in trouble because you believe in one thing over the other, or you voted one way over the other, or you X, Y, and Z? I mean, it just blows my. I refuse
But that's where we're at, isn't it?
that I live in
Yep.
that world.
Welcome.
Come
Welcome
on.
to this. So look forward to April, and I wouldn't be surprised if TikTok comes
May.
up for a discussion again. But,
June.
you know.
Well, listen.
Aren't we already into June or something?
Yeah, I think you're in June,
No.
Kylie.
June.
She's all over
Oh,
the
you-
year.
I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
no,
get
in
into
May
June
already.
either.
What
This is
happened
May,
in
isn't
May?
That
it?
was May.
That was
I did
May.
May. That was the whole like waiting for change.
That was
I
May.
glossed over. It was very
Yeah.
boring.
And that's June. Now we're
is
July.
a pressure cooker of energy in June. Pressure cooker. There is going to be a lot of snapping going on in June. I apologize.
Really?
We're not.
I'm
look,
really not
2026
liking the
month.
menu on 2026 at this stage. but
26
I
is
suppose. Does it have a
a-
big? Does it have a big plot twist in the second half?
You're going to have to wait and find out because we
Well,
need
listen,
the
let's
minute.
remember,
So you're going to have to wait.
2026 is that 10 year. That 10 year is that ego. That 10 year is that power struggle. That 10 year is that lack of integrity or full of integrity. So there's going to be that tug of war. It makes sense to me, but shit.
I have to say 2025 was the foreplay without the lube for 26. July. Bold action by a leader. I'm sorry. That is 2025. If we thought 25 was a little on the boring side, well, buckle up, buttercup. Okay. July, there's a bold action. There's going to be a decision that's going to be made by a leader that people will be like, what the actual? And it's up to us to determine whether it is for a purpose or it's smoke and mirrors. I'm not going to tell you which way or it, but let me have a look at the planets. This is July. Chiron enters Taurus during June, September.
Good grief.
So we are now
Kill me now.
the Aries and bringing in a lot of Taurus, and the Taurus will be triggering the shit out of everyone June through September. You're welcome. August.
Hold on. In what way?
What way?
I
of
thought
being
Taurians
triggered?
just make snacks and have sleeps. How are we triggering people?
No, listen. You think that Taurus is like that, but they're very grounded, but stuff will be brought up. Okay, stuff will be brought up. They'll be battling with themselves. That's a Taurus energy to me. It's the battle within yourself.
Cute.
I don't know, Lauren. Okay, in August we think the leader has the answer, and this might be because of July's hangover. But
we're going to think who has an answer. A leader.
We will think that a leader has the answer to something that's going on in the middle of the year.
Do we not?
But
have we not?
Not.
Have we not realised though? Have we not understood that leaders are just full of crap?
Well, maybe that's the point of next year.
I might not be allowed.
I know.
Two
give
fingers
the
up
world
that
control.
Because
No, just give the world to a bunch of perimenopausal or menopausal women, and we will get it done. Okay, with a bunch of brain fog, but it'll get done.
I don't even know if I even agree with that. Okay, I've seen my rational mind on a full moon. Okay, so let's. Okay, so I think that there's a leader who's got something figured out.
Got an answer. It's got it figured out. Oh, like I could imagine. I'm indifferent to Trump. He's done some good. He's a bit of a jerk, but I could just imagine him standing on a podium, going, "I got the answer. It's fabulous.
The best answer. No one's ever had an answer like this ever."
And it's not the answer. It's for show because there's if I look at my planets, we do have June, July, we got Jupiter entering Leo, and we know Leos. I am married to one. What a show pony. So yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Love you, honey. September. We have a reset energy coming up in September. Okay. So it will get better. I'm getting goosebumps as confirmation. Contentment, a bit of a reset. Yeah. So just a reset is the big thing in August, September. What is coming up energetically in September? No. Okay, nothing. I do have to say that, okay, so we're going from September to October. We are now facing expansion. So now we are in, sorry, I'm flipping the page and it's making noises. We have Venus retrograde in Scorpio. So now we are going to be reevaluating relationships within ourselves, externally. Who are we going to align with? It doesn't have to be wrong or right. It's just more of a reset. I don't know what that means. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm just going to leave it because that's like 9-10 months away and who cares? Okay. November.
We're hanging on for something good.
Right.
November marks.
Yes.
And
I haven't liked anything I've been fed so far. I'm like, it better get delicious now.
I will let the universe know. You're
Okay.
not disapproval. November, I don't know what I keep hearing the 1-1 for you ladies. Finished cycle for November. It was the World card, so it's a major arcana card. It is so that's pretty substantial. And yeah, so I don't know what 1-1 is. What is 1-1? What it's 11? 1-1-2. What are we?
That's November.
About? Yeah.
Yeah, well, November is the 11th month. And so that's
Right.
lots of death, rebirth, loss, reinvention.
Yeah.
Not taking on
So that's
other people's
November.
stuff.
Does that make it better, Rachel? Death, rebirth?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
December. We have got December. I see energetically more of a connection to a heart space, kind of coming back. And I think everyone's really exhausted, so they're coming back to their immediate household. Like we're going to focus on the immediate step in front of us versus anything else. And I do want to add a little bonus piece of information. March 3rd, February 17th, and August 12th are going to be major months because we've got eclipses on those days and there's a north node in one, and it's going to be spectacular. So if there's anything that I'm going to make a note, and I will bring it up if there is anything substantial happen on those dates. The end. Yay!
Oh, Kylie, I love you, but I didn't love that.
No, I know. I'm sorry.
So what are we looking for?
What are we looking
We're
for?
going to make our own fun in Australia together.
I did.
Your soul wisdom.
I don't know. How does
Wow.
everybody feel besides what Kylie's just told us? How does everybody feel about next year? I find it very difficult to even connect to it.
I know, because listen, that is on a collective. And if you are
Yes.
actively looking after yourself, doing the work, you will be mostly unaffected by
Oh,
stuff that's
I meant on a personal level, like
personal.
even like
I'm
besides.
excited for it.
Are you?
I'm
Yeah, I
excited
have
for
been.
it. I am. I think it's going to be a big year for, especially for us.
Yeah,
I think that
thought
this is our year. I couldn't care less about anyone else. It's just us. Like, I'm excited. Sorry, I do care about everyone.
I was looking forward to 2026 because I'm looking forward to it. Damn it! I set up the meditation for us all to be boss babes walking into that, or boss people walking into 2026. So for me, I think I'm going to take 2026 by the balls.
Same.
But that's the thing,
Give it
right?
a
Because a
squeeze.
lot of it was about coming back to your own house and doing your own housekeeping at the front of the year and the back of the year too. And then the other parts that were coming up were really about watching things that essentially, to me, it sounded like a year where we observe a lot of things and see them for what they are, or know things are not going to pan out the way it is. So when you sort of look at it from that perspective, it's like, own your year, do your stuff, and, you know, I guess see things for what they are. So maybe it's not such a bad year if you just decide to own it from the beginning.
From the beginning. So how I see it with like what you explained, Kylie, and I think that's why maybe I jumped in the middle, is that this is what is going on in terms of energetics on a whole. And so it's how we manage our energy within all of that information.
Correct.
That's what it's about, isn't it? Right. Okay. All right.
We need to be impeccable, Amanda.
You can go into a cemetery, right, and not be affected by the energy, or you can be like, oh, I want to be affected by the energy because I want to thrill in life, right? Was that a good analogy?
It sounds like really about stepping up, really.
Or where's that
In
personal
yourself.
accountability? Right.
Mm.
You're responsible for what you're allowing to come in. I mean,
we've got to make it ours then, isn't it?
Yeah, there are many things this year that I feel like I've said, and I think even on this platform, I do not accept that in my reality.
Yeah.
Whether that was one or not, whether it's a different reality, not in this one. That's not for me. It is not for me.
Yeah. Where, I approach things a little bit differently. So I kind of, for me, this year was a lot about surrender and surrendering to the fact that things were not how I wanted them to be, but knowing that I was able to, move through and had the ability to move through it, right? Like, so I had the opposite experience.
Like Amanda was moving that drink through it. Yeah.
Lauren, sorry, Lauren. I was listening to you, darling.
I was listening.
What am I missing?
I heard you.
Very
And
subtle.
I was like, yes, you have.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't subtle, But I heard you that it was a beautiful opportunity for you to be able to see that you could meet any of the challenges.
Correct. And it was about
Yeah.
surrender. So it was not about, like saying not in my reality. It was like, this is the reality and I need to move through it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that is what I was trying to say.
I love it. I love
No, honestly, that is
I
what I
know
was
you-
trying to say. But Lauren always says it better. But that's what I was trying to say. But I was waiting on my drink to come. Do you know how long ago I messaged about my drink?
Oh my God.
It's
I
like
didn't see you
we're like
message anything.
Not getting a
45
tip.
minutes in. No, not you guys. Not you
Oh.
guys.
She was waiting for her
I
beverage to
messaged,
be delivered.
Her wait staff.
Oh,
I messaged
yes.
the
I didn't notice.
staff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
how
just
called
can't
in
get
her
the
order.
staff nowadays.
And it was table dashed
but-
to her table.
But yeah.
I wrote something. It's not very long that I'd like to read. And to me, this is what this year was for me. And like, it sounds really heavy, but as I said, there were beautiful moments, but this sort of sums up how I felt about this year. Okay. And you might have seen this on my social, but there are so many ways that I want to feel, but none are how I feel right now. To step with ease and a joyful bounce, to hold hope, love, and care, to dance through the world creatively, to know all there is out there. Yet my breathing feels so heavy and like it is all that I can do. And adding anything else to my plate will sway the delicate balance and break me in two. Days like today ask so much, yet it is also small. Today, all I can do is breathe, but that's the greatest gift of all. The end. Yeah. So that was, for me,
powerful.
that was how I felt. A lot of, it really sums up my year when I was sort of feeling into it. But that's not that that's a bad thing. It is what it is.
Right.
And the gift is in the being, whatever's going on. I do feel like I have felt this whole year like next year will be an uplift. So, whatever the collective may be doing, there is the potential for that for everybody.
Absolutely. It's like Mercury
I think
retrograde, right?
so.
Everyone wants to blame Mercury for all their problems. But if you're in alignment and you come back to self, you can get through it without any issues, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think because many of us, we're not, there are lots of people that are not, I'm not fully into astrology. When I mean I'm not fully into astrology, it's not that I'm not fully, it's just that I just don't take the time to know where the planets are and what's happening.
Yeah,
with
I
this and
don't
what's happening
understand
with
it.
that. Yeah.
I rely on
yeah,
Kylie.
But but I've got a kind of on the surface understanding of what's happening. So, whereas when people are saying that, well, that's because of this planet is in conjunct with this or something like that or whatever, I'm more just like, I can feel the energies quite intensely, that something's happening, something's shifting, something's going on. Do you know what I mean? And so I think that, I suppose next year is really about, from what you're saying, Kylie, is that we're going to have a lot of big DICKs making a lot of decisions for us.
There's going to be a lot on the world stage. Well, no, it sounds like there's quite a bit.
Yeah, making a lot of decisions for us and a lot of things that, might not necessarily, work for us on a whole or a mass. So what are we doing with our own selves? What are we doing with our own energy? How are we navigating? I think we all have to learn how to better navigate any kind of waters. Do you know what I mean? Using the tools. And if you don't have the tools, then get the tools. Do you know what I mean? There's always things that you can do to learn how to, or to even to learn or to remember how to navigate these waters and what's happening. And I think, who was it said, you don't let it shake you. You said it, Kylie, in the very beginning about not oh, now I get it.
Yes.
Okay.
You can feel the emotion. Sorry, I'm slapping my microphone. You can feel the emotion. You can acknowledge it, but you don't need it to drive the bus.
Yes, right? I understand. But
it's sort of, it's a level of self-mastery. And like I said before, Amanda, it's about having impeccable energy. So, and the way I don't know if there's going to be less outward blame on the world and, like Yana said, more accountability. But it's like the reality check is, yes, things are not the way we want them to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's be honest. But I'm going to hold myself in a way that benefits the world, so to speak. And it's like sort of little, you know, it's like I can see little lights pinging everywhere all over the world.
Right. So in the midst of that, what that throws out to me is a challenge, because it's always going to be like that for me, because I don't like the thought of being you know, controlled or being really told what to do. So in my mind, I think to myself, so how do I change that, or how do I shift? For me, I know, how do I shift that timeline? How do I change that? How do I navigate that?
Well, can I share something to that? So while Kylie's telling us all these things about 2026, where I'm like, what the heck? I pulled out my cards and I'm like, I want to see what 2027 is going to bring. And then the general theme of that and the general theme of 2026 from my own perspective, right? And so, of course, they always tell us a story. And so I got the 16-7 for 2026 and the 17-8. Look how, like, they just go in order. 17-8 for 2027. And so right away I thought to myself, okay, 2026, lots of people checking into their own, showing up authentically, really reevaluating themselves and how they want to show up to the world. There's a trust factor, right? Because the 7 frequency, it tends to be very much like they don't allow people in, right? They're very, very guarded, and it's about kind of dropping that Gemini mask, if you will.
Guard. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Being that authentic self. And then when you go into 2027, at first when I saw that 17-8, I was like, oh God, I don't need to have a master over me trying to rule me. But what actually came to me was that expression energy. As we take 2026 to be more authentic, to be more aligned with where we want to be, what world do we want to create, in 2027, we got more of that public speaker energy of, I'm going to express myself, my truth, my heart, how it feels for me, and I'm going to share it. Because what are the 17s? Are they they're the mouthpiece of God? What's the key word? I forget. Something like that. Say that again.
I thought it was the tongue of God. That's the shape of the, you know, the shape of the symbol.
No, there's
it's I thought it was the mouth, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. It is all about speech, but also, you know, there's a polarity with the 17 of slavery to dominion. So it's that whole, you know, it's coming into sovereignty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an arc of experience.
Yeah,
right.
So what a beautiful.
So 2026 is really
authenticity.
Yeah, it's about really reading, I suppose, reading the writing that's on the wall. I think that's what Kylie's been talking about. It's really reading the writing on the wall. And rather than throwing our toys out the pram, it's about
stepping up.
Yeah, or how do you shake that rattle and get what you want? Just kidding. How do you
but also, you know, because we've got the whole sort of 10-1 situation playing out. It's about, you know, I've said it a few times, being impeccable with your energy. It's like how are you holding that energy? How are you expressing that energy? Because there are different ways we can do that.
How are you using it? How are you expanding it?
Interesting, because that magnetism portion of that frequency for 2026, it's like, what do you want to magnetize to you? You've got to be the thing that you want to magnetize, because you can magnetize the fear, the worry, all these terrible events, or you can shift that internally and go, I want to magnetize the beauty and the wealth and the connection and community. So really, where does your perspective want to lie? Figure it out. Have a check-in. Figure it out. If
That's
you
what
are
it
the
is.
creator
Yeah.
of your own destiny,
Kylie's
figure it
saying.
out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
Myself.
Do
You
the
know what's
work, as Kylie always says. Do the work.
Do the work. Yeah.
do the freaking work. You know what's interesting I've noticed, and I know this is very frivolous, but you know, I hang out on TikTok sometimes, and I've noticed that the bigger TikTokers that were around are now losing contracts because people are not resonating with the Louis Vuitton bags, the Chanel bags, the mansions, and no one's resonating with that anymore. Everyone wants that wholesome, you know, Midwestern cooking channels and the let's go for a walk and look at mushrooms and all this stuff. And I've noticed that shift in social. I'm like, I'm fucking here for it. I want to learn how to cook biscuits from scratch. You know, like
Isn't
that's
that your
what I'm here for.
algorithm though, Kylie? Doesn't that
don't think
example
so,
your
because-
shift?
Look, I notice Instagram absolutely caters to what I want to know. And I'm not dumb about that. I think TikTok is a little bit more broader.
TikTok, you can do
in
more
that-
discovery. Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
and I think that it's also to do with, you know, these major like they're coming out saying I can't pay my $25,000 a month mortgage anymore off of my influencer income. And that I'm just like, damn, you know, like sucks for
Really?
you. But, you know.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a shift from bright and shiny to real
Yes,
authenticity.
back to roots.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm
Ooh,
here
I like
for
that.
it.
I'm here for that
Apron
too.
out.
And I think it's important about sharing that. It's really about sharing that as opposed to showing it, sharing it,
Yes.
you know? And
Yeah.
that's what that 16/7 is about as well. It's about bringing that in and sharing that, isn't it? So
Yeah, and you'd be surprised who resonates with it. Like you think you're being a bit of a tool by doing, you know, stuff, but people love that. They're like, you're real, you know, and they resonate with that. And then it gives you permission to be more of yourself. And it's just a, you know, warm and fuzzies all around.
What a beautiful thing. There is no greater gift than permission to be yourself,
Whoever
right?
you're going to be if you're not yourself. Stay
Yeah,
tuned
well,
for more.
a lot of people are
words.
not themselves.
Okay, any
Right.
last words, ladies, before we wrap up 2026 with a bow?
Well, you know, I just think that if it all seems too much and life's getting you down, come hang out with us because we're fun.
Nap it out. Just have a nap and hang out with us because we're delightful.
On that note,
That's a terrible ending. Sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
Is this our last one before 2026?
No.
Bro, you got to come back and do more work. Do the work, Amanda.
we're here every
No,
day.
fuck you.
Cheers.
We're here for
Diet
it.
this microphone.
We're not going anywhere. Okay. You'll see us next Monday on your screen. Monday/Tuesday. Come join. We will all be here. I believe Amanda will also be here.
That wasn't in
One of the
calendar.
Amandas will be here.
What?
Yes. Come and laugh at us or with us, either way.
Yeah.
And you guys, if you have not already hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, please do that. Comment on our posts. It is the best way to support us, and we appreciate it immensely. And also, if you're interested, listen, it's end of the year. If you need a healing, if you need a reading, a light body activation, a guided meditation, Kylie to just tell you things that will just
Are very
be so
negative and
No,
That's not true.
And entirely your responsibility.
That's not true.
Your own bullshit.
That's right.
If
You've
you're
got a lot of
like
work to do.
any session to help you into getting into 2026, head on over to yoursoulwisdomshow.com. You can find out everything about every one of us on this panel and all the beauty that we offer. If you are interested in finding your community, your tribe, also head on over to yoursoulwisdomshow.com. There is something for everybody on there, and you won't be let down. For those of you who are still with us, thank you for allowing us to create this beautiful space, and we hope you have a beautiful day. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.